throwing down in the mine. Water pumps. One-ton coal car.
Okay, guys, this is our first stop. I'm gonna get out and give you a little information on this coal mine. We'll be making two more stops after this. First of all, my head's not fitting right. Something's not right here. First of all, I need to know, guys, if everybody feel okay. Sometimes we come in and people say, "Get me out of this coal mine." They get to feeling a little claustrophobic. So at any time, guys, that you get to feeling that way or you don't feel comfortable, let me know. I'll bring you outside immediately, okay? Okay, guys, I'll tell you about this coal mine. This was the Phillips family mine. This mine started in 1890. They mined coal out of here until 1910. 1910. Well, they actually ran out of coal in here, so they shut the mines down in 1910. It stayed idle until 1962. 1962, the city of Beckley purchased it, and first thing they did was hire a company to come in and make it higher. Then they put some lights in here. This mine had no electricity between 1890 and 1910. There was no electricity in this mine. So they bought some lights in here, put in. They bought some coal in and put in some cars, and they bought some tools, hand tools in. That the guys used back in the day. These guys had to buy their own tools from the company store. Everything they owned came from the company store. They owed their soul to the company store. Guys, if you look on the opposite side of me over here, right there is the top of the coal seam. Right from there up is all rock, and from there down is coal. That coal is in the Sewell seam. It's a soft bituminous coal. And it ranges in height between 20 and 40 inches, guys. It's real low. I worked in a coal mine for 23 years. Worked in low coal just like this. When you work in low coal, guys, you're like this all day for 8 hours. You walk like this all day. Everywhere you go, you're walking like this. The top's only this high. You can't stand up. You got mud and water on the bottom. That's what these guys went through in this mine. It was tough, and they owed their soul to the company store. Everything they owned came from the company store. My dad owed his soul to the company store. We was raised up in a coal camp, just like you see outside out here. 4-room house, company house, 4 rooms, 8 kids, mom and dad, in a 4-room house. Needless to say, we were poor. We were po, just P-O, po. Po folks in the coal camp. That's the truth. Hand-me-down clothes. My brothers had to wore them out time they got to me, the jeans. It wore out. Holes all in them. Now these young girls are going to pay $100 for a pair of them jeans that's got holes already in them, bro. Amen. Am I right about it, girls? Am I right about it? Amen. They'll pay $100 for a pair of them. Yeah, I'm telling you. Ain't that right? That's right, girl. Well, guys, I'm going to tell you something, because he's pushing me through here. I don't like that, but he's the boss. Can't say nothing about that, can I? Guys, this is the coal the miners come in to get. These miners had to load between 8 to 10 tons of coal a day, and they would only get paid 20 cents a ton. 20 cents a ton. And if you look back here, that rock mixed in with the coal, if you bring the coal out, send the coal outside with rock mixed in with it, then they would deduct that from your pay. You'd only get about 15 cents a ton. So that's just the way it was, guys. Guys, we'll talk about gas in the coal mine real quick. There's no gas in this mine. Back during the day when they worked here, they dealt with black damp gas. Black damp gas is a heavy gas that lays close to the bottom. This was the gas detector. Any guesses?
Canary.
Amen. It's a canary. They would put the canary on the bottom. He's the gas detector. You monitor the canary throughout the day. As long as that canary was singing and dancing, the light was good in the mines. But if you look over on that canary and rolled over on his back, then he letting you know it's time to go. See? Because if you stick around, you're going to be in the same shape the canary's in. Okay, guys, after that, they came out with this light right here. Well, this is the type of light they used. Today in the coal miners wear this type I have on. It's an LED cordless light, rechargeable, lasts 4 or 5 days. In the 1800s, this was the light they used. You put a little cooking oil in here or some kerosene, you light your wick, put that wick on your hat. It wouldn't last about an hour and a half. You had to buy your own fuel for your hat, for your light. Where would you buy that from? The company store. Everything you own came from the company store. Everything. Okay, guys. I got that light here. Okay, guys. After that light, they came out with another light called a carbide light. This carbide light replaced that teapot light. Add a little water to it, you get an acetylene gas. If I can get this bad boy to work in here, we'll have a flame in a second. Bingo. Look at this, guys. This is the light that replaced the teapot light. Okay? Now I'm going to turn the lights out so you guys can see exactly how it looked, okay? Okay. Look at this, guys. That's the way it looked in here. This is actually the exact way it looked. One man in each place would be up in here digging his coal. Now this light will last 5 to 6 hours. Now, if it goes out, you would have to add more carbide or water or both, okay? You add a little bit more water to it, you get the bit more water you add, the bigger flame you get. Now cover your phones up, guys. I'm going to show you what it looked like if this light goes out. What do you think about that? Pretty dark, right? Can't see your hand in front of your face, huh? There's no fun in the coal mine when your light goes out. You can see that. Pretty dark. You can hear the rats running around and stuff like that, but of course there's no rats in this mine, guys. We don't have no food in here for them to eat, so we don't have to worry about them, okay? Guys, we're going to go up the track. We're going to dig some coal. Okay, you guys ready to dig some coal?
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, Don,
Uh-huh.
I don't care. Will you go all the way up to the door?
Yeah.
That way I can come in behind you and I can slide down 3 and 4.
Okay.
We want to get down past 4.
Okay.
And then you can go, you can finish what you
Okay,
need to
I
do.
thought you was going to stop at each stop. You're not going to do
Well,
it.
they want to get over at number 4.
Okay, good deal. I'll pull up and let you go.
That way then I can get it out of you guys' that way you can finish telling me
Okay.
your story.
Good deal, guys. Okay, guys, y'all ready to dig some coal?
Yeah.
Well, let's go dig some coal. We're going to dig some coal, guys. Let's go dig it. Let's go dig it, guys. Here we go. You ready to dig some coal? Okay, guys. Here we go. God, the first thing the miner has to do when he come in, first of all, I do apologize if everybody can't see. I know that pillar is in the way, and you guys over here, you may be able to tighten up a little bit to where you can see everything, but this pillar is in the way here, and I do apologize if everybody can't see, but they've been doing it like this since 1962. I don't think I can change it. Amen, somebody? Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Guys, the first thing the miner does to get his coal is he has to get what they call the undercut. The undercut, you see this area on the bottom where it's been dug out? That was coal there. The miner has to dig that out 8 to 10 foot wide with a pick. Then he's got to go 4 foot deep back in there. The reason you dig it out is because he's going to eventually, after he digs it out, he's going to drill 3 holes. Then he's going to put his powder in there. Then he's going to put a fuse in there, and he's going to shoot that coal. So when you shoot the coal, if you got the bottom dug out, the coal has somewhere to fall to. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to show you guys the process, how he would get his coal. The miner would come in here with a pick, guys. He'd come in here with his pick. And keep in mind, guys, the top would only be this high. Wouldn't be no higher than this. That's how high it'd be. He would lay down in the mud and water with the pick. And he'd have to dig that coal out of the bottom there. 8 to 10 foot wide. 4 foot deep back in there. He had to dig, laying down the end of the pick to get 4 foot back in there. He had to dig that out to get his undercut. Once he gets his undercut, now he's going to take this coal drill and he has to drill 3 holes 4 foot deep. Lay down in the mud and water. Drill 3 holes 4 foot deep. After you get his holes drilled, you would take some black powder wrapped in newspaper. Put that powder in those holes. And then you put some mud or clay dummy in behind it. Kind of like a muzzle load gun, guys. If any of you guys ever loaded a muzzle loader. You take this rod and you pack it real tight. Just like that. Poke the hole in that mud that you put in. All 3 holes. Put your fuse in there. Now you're ready to light that fuse and shoot the coal. Well, before you can shoot the coal, you have to come out here. You have to warn your co-workers that you're going to let off a shot. So you come out here. You got guys working all up and down through here. You'd come out here and you'd go, fire, fire, fire. I don't want to scream loud because people down there filming. It's hard for me not to do it. It's hard for me not to do it. But you'd holler, fire, 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 fire in the hole, fire in the hole. And you'd light that fuse. Boom! You'd shoot that coal. Well, 4 tons of coal would fall down. 4 tons. Well, when the coal falls, rock would fall also. So now you got to separate and pick all the rock out of the coal. Because if you see a rock outside mixed in with the coal, they deduct it from your pay. So you have to pick all the rock out of it. After you get the rock picked out, you got to get this bad boy right here. Man, I hated this thing when I worked in the mine because it will wear you out. Especially in low coal. When you bend over like this, guys, and you're constantly doing this all day long. All that coal you saw in them cars, this is how it got there. 8 to 10 tons of coal a day with a shovel every day. No fun. Wear you out. And that ain't the worst part. The worst part is there was no paycheck on payday. And the reason for that is because you owed your soul to the company store. For those of you that don't know what that means, let me break it down to you. Dad would be in the mine digging coal. Mom would be doing what moms do. Mom runs the house. Ain't that right, ladies? Mom runs the house. Mom goes to the company store to get groceries for the family, clothes for the kids. She don't have no money, so she have to sign her name. Well, a week later, it's in between paydays. When you're in between paydays, the company will give you advance pay. That advance pay would be company money. Company money is called scrip. If you go up in the museum, you will see some of it up there. Scrip, it's company money. They give you that scrip. Well, the only place you could spend that scrip was at the company store. Well, now, a week later, it's payday. Well, you remember Mom going over there 2 weeks ago and signing her name, getting them groceries? They take that out of your paycheck. Then Mom went last week and got that scrip. Take that out of your paycheck. Well, that house you're living in, it belongs to the company. You gotta pay rent. Take that out of your paycheck. Well, that coal come out of this mine, that's what heats your home. The cook stoves is fueled by coal. Take that out of your paycheck. Mom done took the kids up the road to the company doctor. Take that out of your paycheck. Well, the men have to have life insurance, burial insurance. Take that out of your paycheck. Deduction after deduction after deduction come out of your check to where there was nothing left. You don't have nothing. You didn't make enough to pay what you already owed. And now you got to go back to the company store to get more goods and stuff that you need. And you just get deeper and deeper and deeper in debt to where you owe your soul to the company store. And that's the way it was, guys. And people say, well, I would have just quit. Well, you know what? You quit, you get out of the company house. If you didn't work for the company, you didn't live in the company house. If Dad dies, his son had to come in and take his place. 10 years old or older, you go in the coal mine. If he didn't have a son, say if he had a wife and a daughter or two, the company would kick the women out of the house. They don't care where you go, but you can't stay here. That's just the way it was. They didn't care where you went, but you can't stay here. It wasn't fair, it wasn't right, but that's the way it was, guys. But that's what we'll do for our kids. My dad had 8 kids to feed. You know? We'll do anything for our kids, won't we? We will. Some of us pay $100 for a pair of pants with holes in them. Am I right about it? Amen? You know what? That's funny. I'm glad you said that you won't do it. Because you know what? These teenage girls, they say, Mom say, no, I'm not going to do it. You know what they say? Granny will do it. They go to Grandma. Granny will do it. Go to Grandma. Oh yeah, Granny will do it. They gonna get them jeans, I guarantee you. Granny will do it. Am I right about it? Amen. Guys, right here it says electric punching machine. This electric punching machine, it came out, it was never used in this coal mine because this coal mine never had any electricity, but it was brought in here for us to show it off. It had a long piece of drill steel on the end there, and it was used to punch that bottom out 4 foot. That machine replaced the pick. Now they don't have to dig it no more, thank God. Then they came out with the yellow machine you see over there. It's called a Jeffrey loading machine. That Jeffrey loading machine would come in here after you shoot the coal, and it had arms down at the bottom of it on the front. And them arms would pull that coal up to the top. On the top it was a conveyor chain. That conveyor chain would spit the coal right into the cars. That machine replaced the shovel. Thank God, hallelujah. Don't have to shovel no more. So that was truly a blessing. Guys, if you look right here, I'm going to talk about roof control right now. If you look right here, and just imagine all that coal you see right there is taken out of there. The Jeffrey load machine would come in, this one took all that coal out. You done drilled it, and you done shot it. Now you got a big 4 foot empty void back in there. These wooden posts you see are called timbers. You would cut the timbers and go up under that rock on each side, 4 foot apart. That's what was used to hold the top up. Well, years later, as we get down here, I'm going to show you, the company wanted to cut them wider, 16 foot wide. The timber's 16 foot apart, it wouldn't hold the top up. Look over the top of your head. You see these old rusty plates up there? Those are called roof bolts. That's what's used in the mines today, guys. The little wooden board is called a half header. That's what's used in the mine today to hold the top up. I'm going to take you down and I'm going to show you guys how they put those up. And then I'm going to turn y'all on to the Coal Miners Lounge. Are y'all ready for the Coal Miners Lounge?
Yeah.
Question.
Yes, sir. What vein of coal are we on here?
This is the Sewell seam. This is the Sewell seam of coal.
That wouldn't be labeled as A coal, B coal, C coal?
No.
No?
No, but when we get outside, keep that in mind. Leroy, he's been here 20 years and he's a 40-year coal miner. I'm sure he would be able to answer that better for you. I don't want to tell you something that I'm not sure about.
I understand. I worked deep mine a little bit, and I understand what you're saying about the coal being 30 inches high.
Right.
We worked on our hands and knees.
Yeah.
But it was a more modern mine where the Jeffries had the augers.
Right.
Plows, yeah.
Right. You know that was hard work back then.
There was nothing to compare.
No, that's exactly right. Today's coal miners, I tell you, the guys, if you hear talk to a coal miner today and they tell you they work hard in the mines, they don't know what hard work is. I didn't really know what hard work was. I worked in the mines 23 years. Machines, modern machinery now. You're just a machine operator. You go in, a lot of times you never break a sweat. Sometimes you don't, very seldom, get a little bit of dirt on you. You're just a machine operator, so it's a lot easier today than what it was years ago. These guys worked really hard. They worked hard. And like I said, didn't get no pay. So it was tough. Guys, we're going to go down and bolt some top, and then we're going to go to Coal Miners Lounge. Are y'all ready for that lounge? Let's go, guys. Let's go. Give me that fist bump there. All right. Here we go, coal miners. They came out with more modern machinery. You see this yellow machine here? This yellow machine you see right here is called a Goodman cutting machine. That Goodman cutting machine replaced that electric punching machine back there because that punching machine was only good to cut that bottom out 4 foot. This machine will cut it 8 foot. It would go into coal 8 foot. You can swing it to the left 8 foot, swing it to the right. Now you cut these places 16 foot wide. Then the hydraulic drill came out. You can take that, they used to have to hand drill a 4 foot hole. Now they got a hydraulic drill that will drill an 8 foot hole. And now when you shoot the coal, you're gonna get 8 tons of coal instead of 4 tons. Well, remember guys, those timbers 16 foot apart. They had trouble keeping the top up. The top was falling in. That's when they came out with these things here called roof bolts. This machine right here is called a roof bolter. That's what's used to put the bolts in the top, guys. Still used today is how they bolt the top today is the roof bolt machine. Of course, today's machine is probably about 5 times bigger than this. And it's a 2-man operation. This was a 1-man job. 1959 model. The only difference between doing it years ago and doing it today, guys, is they use a tube of glue. After you extract the coal out, you bring the roof bolt machine in. First thing he do is drill a hole in the top. This piece of steel right here is how he would drill that. This is how big the hole would be also. You put that piece of steel right on the head like that, and it raises up to the top, and it drills a hole in the top. You start out with the 4 foot hole. Sometimes you have to go up to 8 foot. But anyway, once you drill that hole, you slide a tube of glue up in that hole, just like that, guys. Okay? You have the bottom of that tube of glue right here, and you push it the rest of the way up with the roof bolt. The machine's doing the work. That machine will push it up right here, stop, spin it really fast for 10 seconds. When he spins it, what he's doing is mixing the glue. Mixing up the glue, guys. Then that machine will shove it up against the top and hold it for 10 seconds. When he's done, this is what you got. Those plates you see up in the rooftop up there, guys, is this right here. It's called a roof bolt. That's what holds the top up. That's what keeps the top from falling in. People say, how in the world does that happen? How in the world does it work? Well, I try to explain it to you real simple like this, guys. Think about plywood. Plywood is nothing but thin layers of wood glued together. Layer after layer after layer. That's what plywood is. Well, this rock right here is nothing but layers of rock. Same thing. It's layers of rock. It's what that is layers of rock. When you put that glue up there and you put the bolt up there, you're gluing all the layers of rock together. And you got thousands of roof bolts throughout this mines, and they're all serving the same purposes. They're gluing all the layers together. Now, people say, how do they know where to put them? Well, the walls on the coal mine, both sides. The wall is called the rib, R-I-B. From the rib, 4 foot, no more than 4 foot from the rib anywhere. 4 foot, you have to put up a roof bolt. 4 foot from this one, you have to put up another one. 4 foot, another one, and so on, all the way across. Same thing going this direction. 4 foot from this one, you put up one. 4 foot from that one, you put up one. 4 by 4. State and federal law says every 4 foot going across, you have to have one. Every 4 foot going this way, you have to have one. Anywhere you stand in the coal mine, there should be a roof bolt within 4 foot of you. You can add as many extras as you want, but you have to have at least one every 4 foot. That's the state and federal law. Guys, right here, it says kettle bottom. That's these bad boys right here. These are petrified tree stumps. Petrified tree stumps. Coal miners call them widow makers. Widow maker. Because if that bad boy right there falls on you, you've had a bad day. You've had a bad day. Turn out the lights, the party is over. Those are found in the roof of the coal mines, guys. We don't have any on the travel area that we travel through this mine. We don't have any, but the last mines I worked at, we had them everywhere. But you look in the coal mine when you're examining your top, a coal miner goes into an area that he's not really familiar with. He's doing this, he's checking his top out before he does anything. You're looking for a piece of loose rock that could possibly fall on your head. And then you're looking for these right here. You want to make sure that you don't stand underneath one of these right here, because they just like a leaf on a tree. They'll fall whenever they get ready to fall, they fall. There's nothing you can do about it. When it decides to fall, it's coming out. But if you find one, if you look and see a black ring of coal, some of them be small, some be big, like you see right here. But if you see one, you do not stand underneath it. What you do is you try to get that machine to it, and you put a bolt on each side of it just like this. You run that bolt up and that plate will hold it just like this on this side. You do the same thing on that side. That'll keep it from coming out. You never put a bolt in a kettle bottom, because they could fall out. And if you can't get that machine to where you need it, then you just take a timber like this and you put it underneath it and you wedge it to the top. That'll keep it from falling out. Okay, guys, I told you about the Coal Miners Lounge. Right over there. Better known as the dinner hole, guys. Better known as the dinner hole. The coal miners will come in, they'll sit their buckets down, eat them a little snack, they'll have a little safety talk, and then they will branch off and go to their individual working areas. Okay, does anybody know why coal miners have metal in the bucket?
Keep it cool.
That is true, but that's not the main reason. The main reason is to keep the rats from eating your lunch. Keep the rats from eating your lunch. Now, there are no rats, like I said, in this coal mine, because there's no food in this coal mine. But the mines I worked at last, we had big rats, because we fed them. Day shift come in, they'd feed the rats. Evening shift feed the rats. Midnight shift feed the rats. Old coal mines will tell you, take care of the rats, because the rats will save your life. If you're working right here, and the tops start to fall up there, the rats will come boogieing down through here. They smell gas up there, the rats will come boogieing down through here. When you see rats boogieing in the mine, you boogie with them. They'll save your life. They're gonna leave danger and they're gonna head to where it's safe. So that's why you feed the rats. Guys, you take the lid off of that dinner bucket. First thing you wanna see is this pan right here. Us coal miners, we call it the goodie pan. Some miners call it the pie pan. That's where Mama put the good stuff. The goodies, a piece of pie, a piece of cake, you know, them cinnamon rolls and donuts, and you know, that good stuff that we like goes in the goodie pan. But if you take your lid off and ain't nothing there, Mama ain't happy. You got problems at the house. You got problems at the house. You can always tell when your buddy's got problems at the house. Don't be nothing in the goodie pan. You take your lid off, you look over and see, you take your lid off, ain't nothing in that goodie pan. Man, what's going on at your house, man? I don't want to talk about it. Got problems at home. Nothing in the goodie pan. You can tell when Mama not happy. So you got to get Mama, get some candy or some flowers, get your goodies back in your lunchbox. Right here, guys, she'd fill this section up. It would be filled up with good stuff, your food, your sandwich, piece of chicken, biscuit, whatever, but Mama would always try to fill this up, okay? Coal miners always bring plenty of food. Guys, drinking water. The miners would fill up right here down with drinking water. Today in the coal mines, the company furnishes the drinking water, bottled water everywhere. Back in these days, you were responsible for your own water. Whatever you bought had to last you the whole shift. Some guys, like I said, will fill it up from here down and bring an extra jug along with it. Because whatever you bring, gotta last all night. Well, here's the problem. Your dinner bucket is right there, and you working way up there, and your buddy right here, he probably done got drunk last night, and he's dehydrated today. He done already drank all his water and still got 4 hours to go. So when he gets thirsty, what do you think he gonna do now?
Drink yours.
Amen. He gonna drink yours. So they had to come up with some kind of an idea how they gonna keep guys from drinking the water.
There you go.
And this is what they did. Would you take a drink out of that, guys? Huh? Would you take a drink out of that? What do you think, guys? Would you take a drink?
No.
Huh? Would you drink out of that? Huh? Oh, I'm sorry.
That, buddy?
Would you take a drink out of that, guys?
No.
What do you think? Ah. Did you see it, buddy? See them teeth? You wouldn't want to take a drink out of that, would you? No way. Everybody say, no way I drink out of that. But let me tell you something. It just depends on how thirsty you are. If you thirsty enough, you're going to do this one of these numbers. I know I am. Pull them teeth out and commence to drinking. It'd be kind of hard to drink with them teeth in there, you know? Be kind of hard to do.
They bite you.
What's that?
They bite you.
That's right.
Doctors would say, I'm sorry, excuse me.
No, you go ahead.
I was told when I worked in the mines that we couldn't use those dinner buckets. Once the coal was so low, you couldn't pull the top off. You had to get behind the drawers in.
Oh, no kidding. That's pretty funny there. Man, that's low coal.
That was low coal.
That's low coal. I worked in that low coal, and I hated every day of it, but I mean, you have to do what you have to do. I had 2 daughters going to college. I didn't have no choice. I had to go. I made it. Well, guys, just pretty much, let me tell you another thing before I go. I forgot there's the rock duster. If you look and see this white substance on the rib you see right here, guys, that's called rock dust. Rock dust is a limestone dust. It's used to prevent coal dust explosions. Used to be rock dust would come in a 20-pound bag, and you bust the bag open and you put it under your arm and you would just spread rock dust everywhere. The coal mine should be solid white inside the mines. If this was an actual working mine, it would be white everywhere with rock dust. Look like snow. It'd be solid white everywhere. And you put rock dust everywhere, it helps prevent coal dust explosions, guys. When they came out with the rock dust machine, that took away the hand dusting. You just take the dust and dump it over into a hopper like this, and you have a hose to come out the bottom. And you hook that machine up to that hydraulic machine, this orange machine back here. And you just walk and you just spray dust everywhere. Of course, if you spray the top, a lot of it's going to fall and it would cover the bottoms, and then you have to spray it on the ribs. It'd be white as snow all the way through the whole mine. So that's what rock dust is right there. That telephone is the old school telephone we had back in the day. That's the only communication you had to the outside. That's all you had. Well, guys, this pretty much concludes the tour. Listen, I want to thank you all for coming. Be sure to visit the houses when you get out, and the museum upstairs, the gift shop, the youth museum at the bottom of the hill. It's a whole lot to see out here and take in. The young ones will really love that youth museum. So it's ladies inside of all these buildings out here, the schoolhouse and the superintendent's house. Little one-room bachelor shanty, doesn't have anyone in it, but you're welcome to go up there and look at it. And go back and tell your family and friends about us and tell them, man, they got a crazy guy down there that'll educate you and entertain you at the same time. Am I right about it, guys?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Don.
All. Thank you all. Give me a little fist bump on the way out, guys. Give me a little fist bump here on the way out. There we go. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Eli.
I tell you what I'm going to do. You listen to me right quick. I can give you a short ride outside, or I can give you a long ride. We ride through the park. Which way you want to go? You want the long ride or the short ride? Long ride, right? All right. Come on, give it to me.
Oh, man.
Thank you, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey guys, is that really awesome? Cool.
Okay, guys, did we have fun today?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you all very much for coming.
Thank you.
Y'all enjoyed it. Sure did. Be sure to go up and tour the houses, guys.
Hey, thanks a lot, Don.
Hey, thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys. Thank you. I got that smile out of them, didn't I? Yeah, yeah.